Listen in Colour. Hi everyone, welcome to Listen in Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. We're back to some more Pink Floyd due to popular demand. So this is Wish You Were Here. I am really enjoying this Pink Floyd journey, and I wanted to say a huge thank you to so many of you Pink Floyd fans that have followed them for decades, and you've been so welcoming to me, who has only just got into them. Some of you have been surprised that I've never heard of them before, and I never said that. Of course, I've heard of Pink Floyd. It's impossible to not know the name Pink Floyd. I just never listened to their music. It just wasn't on my radar. It wasn't around. I was born after a lot of their albums came out, and it just wasn't ever something that I was interested in. But now I'm getting into it, and it's a really beautiful journey, and I wanted to thank so many of you for being so kind and giving me so much information that I didn't have. And yeah, you've made my heart very happy.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rain? A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage?
goodness, what a beautiful song. It's really interesting watching David Gilmour play acoustic guitar because the only bits of footage I've seen of Pink Floyd so far, he's been on electric guitar, and so the attack is quite different on an acoustic guitar, and it changes his playing, not in a bad way. I don't know, it just has a different, obviously it's a different sound to the guitar, but it's really interesting watching him play this. And then when he sings at the same pitch as the guitar, that was amazing. And those were da, 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 like really, really high notes. He was just hitting in this beautiful, clean voice and echoing it with the guitar part. There's not many singers that could do that. That was beautiful. And he just has this voice that I don't know that he ever took singing lessons. It just seems like it's a genuine outpouring of his soul, and it's also just perfect. Like, you get some singers who you really feel like their voice is connected to their soul, but it's not necessarily a beautiful voice. But David Gilmour's voice is actually beautiful and soulful. It's got all the things. I can see why people have got into Pink Floyd and never got out of Pink Floyd. That they are so important in their lives because these lyrics, this musicality, these voices, these songs, and these albums, like you've all told me, like that the albums work as like a concept album, and some of you won't like that term, but they all work as one unit, which was a very specific time in music, which we don't really have anymore because everything is singles. And I very much miss the album. I'm a girl of the 80s, 90s, and I really love albums. And and I can see that Pink Floyd like were really intentional about how they put their songs together and the story they told across the album. So I will be listening to the whole of Dark Side of the Moon. I just need to prepare myself for it because there'll probably be quite a lot of crying. But this is gorgeous. I love this. I can see why so many of you love this song.
How I wish you were here. We just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Or have we found the same old fears? Wish you were here.
So I'm thinking this is about their bandmate Syd Barrett that had to step back from the band because of their mental health and drug issues and things. I think from what I've read, this is about him and their feelings of loss and that kind of feeling where you just have to carry on with life, but a part of you is kind of dead. A part of you is broken and is not going to get better because that person is gone. And they've got to carry on being the band, but without him. And that must be really hard. That must have been very difficult for them to kind of come to terms with that. And that it never really gets better. You just learn to live with it taking over less of your life. I guess you just have to live alongside that grief and that discomfort. And the way they've written this, it's such a kind of tender song, but not in an over the top way. And with sort of songwriting things, they always talk about the more emotive, the more deep the emotion and the story, the more opposite you should be with the way you write it. So you're not kind of leaning on, I feel so terribly sad and everything's awful. They write it in such a, like, going over the same old ground. They're writing in this very colloquial way, which actually makes it more upsetting because it's so kind of normal. They're just talking about normal life and going over the same things, doing the same things, but he's not there anymore. And that makes it more heartbreaking than them talking about how much they cried and how broken they feel. It's really beautifully written. There's some incredible lyrics in this.
The same old fears. Wish you were here.
I loved that. That was beautiful. And I know I've spoken before about David Gilmour's incredible guitar skills and how I cried in a guitar solo in Comfortably Numb, which has never happened to me ever. I'm not normally moved by instrumental music. Someone pointed out that I don't understand instrumental music, which is not true. A lot of my degree was instrumental music. I do understand it. I'm a lyric girl, so I tend to be more moved by vocals and lyrics. So it surprises me that David Gilmour's guitar playing has such a profound effect on me. And I realise in this, the bit that is the melancholy heartbreak is the guitar, the wordless guitar, and that is the thing that really tugs at your heartstrings. So putting lyrics to that would make it too much. But that was just perfection. This beautiful, it is like another part of the song, like another vocal line, and particularly David Gilmour echoing that ridiculously high bit with his voice. Like, what an incredible voice to be able to do that. Um, it was just gorgeous, and ending on that big minor chord as well, like this kind of unresolved feeling of we're never really going to feel better about this. It didn't kind of end like, now everything's happy. It ended with this big dramatic kind of like, it's this big cloud that's going to be over us forever. We're never going to really resolve this feeling. And I love that the track ended like that. It's just really smart use of musical devices, but in a way that just puts so much meaning into the song without being heavy-handed. I hope you appreciate I didn't speak in any of the guitar solos, but I love the big areas of Pink Floyd's music where it's not in a verse chorus format where I can normally speak at the end of a chorus or end of a verse. It doesn't do that. So I'm getting used to that. And I hope that pleases you, because some of you don't like that I talk as much. I have to talk somewhere because it is a reaction. But I hope I did okay on this one. Color-wise in this one, it's very blue, and I don't know whether that's because of the lighting in it, but it's quite like an ocean blue, like a more summery ocean blue, as if it's a happy thing. Wish you were here, but obviously that's not what the song is about. But it's got a kind of lightness to it that's it just has this beautiful ocean color. I can't quite describe the lightness I feel in it. I think it's just the way David Gilmour's voice sits in the mix. It feels very warm and like the sunshine on the water, even though I know it's about something sadder and unresolved. So it's an interesting mix of the two that shouldn't go together, but they do. Working in the music industry nowadays is not well paid. The members of Pink Floyd obviously were making lots of money when people bought albums, and they would actually make proper money from it. So they're living fantastic lives, and I'm really glad because they deserve it. Nowadays, we get paid 0.00001p per stream on Spotify, which is not great if you're trying to, have a career and raise a family. So if you would like to support me, you don't have to, but if you would like to, you can buy me a coffee or a tea, as I say, because I'm British. The link is here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's already done this and is enjoying my reactions and likes supporting me in this way. It means so much. It really does, to me and to my entire family. So thank you so much for that. Please remember to like, subscribe, share and comment. And remember to have a colourful day.
Listening